I think it's time to stop the shit, you know, when it comes to selling.
I think the focus has been on so many of the wrong metrics the last few years, like how many followers someone has, which doesn't actually equate to what they're making.
I said it before and I'll say it again. Don't sell the promise, sell the proof.
This is so fascinating. I love this show so much because we're learning on the fly, and like even what's just happened now has just shifted my whole mentality around like how we structure our podcast.
Folks. That wasn't scripted.
Yeah, I know. It seems like it was. There's so many people that are probably thinking, you know, it's too late to start a podcast now, or it's too late to start a business. Guess what? It's actually the best time because when did running a business start feeling like 2 full-time jobs?
You signed up to do what you love, but somehow you're also expected to be a full-blown content creator, editor, copywriter and social media guru. We get it. I'm Dave.
I'm Sarah. We actually make content for a living, but even we've been guilty of totally neglecting our social media.
That's why we started this podcast, to figure it out with you.
From filming tips on any budget, to quick hacks that stop content creation from eating your life, to real talk about the overwhelm and the inner work required to show up in a confident way on camera.
We're in the trenches with you. This is Unfluencers Anonymous.
Your survival guide to creating content without losing your sanity.
Let's do this together.
Nice face, Dave. Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. This is Unfluencers Anonymous. And today we've got a really, I'll say, interesting topic to talk about. And I'm sure so many of you can resonate with this. So we really want to hear your feedback and your ideas on this topic as well. But we're talking about how to sell without feeling cringy, because are we all not just sick of being sold to all the time at this point? There are so many people selling so many things, and there are obviously so many positives to that, but there's a lot of cringe factor if it's not done in the right way, aligned with what you actually believe in. So in this episode, we are going to have a bit of a chat of, you know, our own experience with this, how we're feeling and how we're moving through this digital selling world without looking like cringe meisters. And we've got 4 key takeaways to help you to sell in a more magnetic way. So you're not forcing, you're sort of pulling people in rather than pushing your ideas upon them very aggressively. And then we've even got 3 self-evaluation checks. So 3 really powerful questions that we'll reveal at the end that you can ask yourself to make sure that you are actually ready to sell. Because I think that's a big problem that many people are facing as well. They're not actually quite at that point where they're ready yet. So anyway, how you doing, Dave?
I'm good. I'm good. Wait till the end of the video. Watch till the end.
Was that cringy?
It was actually.
Yeah.
It was.
Well, there we go. There we go.
How many times do you see that? You know, people want that 15-second magic mile mark on social media. So you watch this thing waiting for the end and bum bum.
It's so true. You just hit me up yesterday about that, actually. And it's like a program. We're all so fearful that people are going to flick off our content straight away. And at the end of the day, like you and I in particular, we're just starting out. So we're so aware that people need to get used to what we're talking about, and they need to, you know, understand our mission, to be interested, to trust us enough to come along the journey with us. But you're so right. It was like, that was a like, hey guys, don't forget, at the end, there will be value. And there will be, that's true. But the fact that you feel like I have to say it, there's a little bit of cringe in there.
And human nature is that, you know, no one wants to miss out. F-O-M-O, FOMO, F-O-M-O. People don't want to miss out. So it's like, I better stay engaged here.
So, you know what? Like, really, if there's fear involved, there's cringe involved. If there's if there's no fear that people are not going to listen, and we accept the fact that this will resonate with some people and it won't resonate with others, and we are just so passionate about our message, which is what we are, then there shouldn't be any fear of, you know, oh, have I given enough breadcrumbs for people to hang around? Like, it's actually your energy and your truth that's going to resonate with people or not. So this is so fascinating. I love this show so much because we're learning on the fly, and like even what's just happened now has just shifted my whole mentality around like how we structure our podcast.
Folks. That wasn't scripted.
Yeah, I know. It seems like it was. That was perfect.
Yeah, but it is true. And it's sad that both the presenter and the viewer are both drawn to fear. And the perfect example of that is the daily news.
Oh God.
You know, the viewer wants to see every gory detail of what happened, and the news is presenting negativity by the bucket load. So it's like, oh, it's a win-win, but it's not really a win-win. It's not normal.
And you don't
I
actually realize how much the news is affecting you until it's out of your life. Because I can tell you, when I see little snippets of the news now, I haven't had the news in my world for probably, I don't know, since I left my home, like childhood home. I never was a fan of it really, because it was always so negative. But
68
the way
years
that,
ago.
yes, exactly. I am 87 this year.
With Botox.
But thank you. But it really made me view the world in such a negative way. And the truth is, there is always negativity and there is always positivity. This world is based on polarity. There is the equal amount of dark as there is light. So if you are focusing on the dark all the time, then you are amplifying that in your experience. This whole reality, we can go into it in another episode, but look at the Hermetic principles, people. This whole reality is mentalism. It's a mental game. So your subconscious is running the show, and what you're putting your focus on, you're getting more of. So if you're watching the news every single day, and not just at night anymore, right? It's like every time you open your phone and the algorithm taps on, oh, she liked that, or he liked that, you know, really gory murder, you know, someone's just getting murdered on the street video. Now they're going to serve you up 10 more. And now you're going to start going, oh my God, this is happening everywhere. And shit's been happening forever. Like there's always been bad and good. So anyway,
but just on that, the online news cycle is 8 minutes. So once there's at least got to be one news story every 8 minutes on an online news platform.
Wow.
And that peaks in the first 8 minutes. After that time, you hardly get any viewers at all. So just to show you that the appetite that people have for the news is insane. It's
like
been
a
amplified
drug rush.
tenfold. Well, the most immediate source of news for me growing up was the radio, because you could turn that on and that update. But the news on the TV would be, you know, the main one would be 6 or 7 at night. So the cycle then is that after that time, if something happened, you wouldn't find out about it till the next morning. But now it's like, and a perfect example of that, and I don't like to bring it up, is 9/11. You know, like we were watching things unfold, or, you know, wars that happen.
Yeah.
They're on our TVs 24/7. That can't be good.
Making sure we have access to all that. Anyway, we've gone on a bit of a tangent.
Yeah,
We're good
but
at that.
it still is related in
It
that.
is related, definitely.
I think what we're trying to say with the cringy stuff is,
Fear-based.
yeah, it's fear-based, and maybe you shouldn't be presenting from a fear-based point of view. You want to make sure that if the people it resonates with are your viewers, are your customers,
people.
your clients,
Yeah.
your people,
Your tribe.
If it doesn't resonate with them, then no big deal. Like, it's not about getting 1 million people to watch it and only have 4 people like it.
That's the thing. And I think the focus has been on so many of the wrong metrics the last few years, like how many followers someone has, which doesn't actually equate to what they're making. Some people don't have the ability. They can make a viral video, but they don't know how to actually speak to those people that are following them and connect and build a bit of a relationship, and then guide them towards something that positive that they've created, or a service or something. So it's not even, and the other thing that's really interesting right now, there's so many people that are probably thinking, you know, it's too late to start a podcast now, or it's too late to start a business. Guess what? It's actually the best time, because of the TikTok world taking over, the way that its algorithm works, where you basically are served to everyone that resonates with this sort of the content that you're creating, rather than just your followers. Like on Instagram, you used to just be served to your 200 followers. Now you are served to the same amount of people, even if you've got 200 followers, as someone who's got 2 million followers. You're both working just as hard to get the same amount of views, because everyone is being served to everyone now. And it's just a matter of resonance. If something resonates with a whole bunch of people and they comment and they share and they forward it and like it, it gets bumped up the line just the same as a celebrity's content would do. So it's actually a brilliant time. It's more like equality, you know what I mean? So it
more
comes
of a
back,
level playing field.
yeah, everything's a bit more even now. So it comes back to integrity, and the people who sell magnetically, who we're sold to all the time, but there are some people who are just magnetic, and you're like, I actually agree with what you're saying. I want to buy in, and I'm not feeling pressured at all. Those are the people that are living the solution that they're preaching. They are the proof of what they're talking about. They're not just saying, here's a product, try it, it's good, I used it once.
Yeah.
They have maybe created something that's going to, you know, let's say shampoo, for example. We all know there's a crap load of chemicals in shampoos and conditioners. And I know a lot of people are starting to create more healthy versions of these things so that we're not just riddled with chemicals all day. So those people actually have got a beautiful product and they're wanting to help humanity. And they're obviously using this product because they would have tested it and tried it and made sure that it's the right consistency and it's doing the right thing to your hair, blah, blah, blah. And just by constantly using it and talking about that result and embodying the end goal, they're selling. They're not saying, go and buy my shampoo. They're saying, look how amazing my hair is and it's chemical free. This is amazing.
Yeah, it's in, I think one of the things we say is it's in the proof. It's not in the promise. It's in the proof.
Yes. 100%.
So, and that's so true, so true. And that's the, like you're saying, I suppose the example is, I know I'm going over what you've already said and I wasn't supposed to, sorry. But, but you're right. I mean, trying to find, to me, the only way you could find a product that was maybe more suited to you was to get out and walk the beat and find the retailers that sold those more natural products, or that was how we used to do it. But today, using the term level playing field, you can find them more online.
Yeah.
Not everyone that says what they do does what they do. So there is still a bit of a challenge there. But most people, you know, are pretty much, you need to find the ones that are running off their integrity.
And also... Sorry, I just had a thought, but that's such a good point. But we're filtering those people out much quicker, the ones that aren't aligned with the truth, because of reviews and because of social media. Like, this is another positive about social media. If someone does something wrong, the world is going to find out about it because everyone's got a phone, everyone's got a social media account and can hashtag whatever they want, and they can share the misuse of this product, or you know, the wrongdoing that someone's done. I was promised this and they only gave me this. Don't ever buy from this person. So it's almost like you need to be honest now. And that's fantastic. Like, there's no more of that sleazy, false marketing sort of crap that can fly anymore.
Do you remember what we were talking about yesterday? And we were likening it to Google reviews. Do you remember that?
No, I don't. I'm trying to think. Do you?
No, I don't. That's what I'm asking you.
I feel like it was poignant.
Yeah, it was. It was like, whatever it is, this is the new, like, Google reviews. So we're saying there, it's easier to find the right people based on, I think we were talking about Google reviews. And should I mention Google? I've already done it 10 times, Google. But with Google reviews, it was a way to cut through, like, you could look at people's reviews. And I remember saying to you, I always look at the 1-star ones first.
Yeah, that's great.
To see how the seller is responding to that.
Yes,
and that gives me a little bit more about their integrity than 100 people, because you can get all your mates to jump on there and put a 5-star and say, oh, this guy's great.
And you know what? This is what I was briefly telling you just before we started recording, that there's this guy that's been sort of following our page and wanting to boost our SEO. And I have looked at the way he's selling, and so I've invited him to have, he's, you know, gotten me to select a time and we're having a call tomorrow, and I'm almost just doing research to see how this person's selling, because so far I'm liking the way he's doing it. Like you said, he is being very transparent. He's being very honest about what he does and what he doesn't do, but he's also, when it comes to testimonials, he has a whole bunch of testimonials. He has a whole website of long form conversations like this with his clients that he's done really good by. So he might have like 30 or 40 of them, which is great. Yeah. But then when on his homepage, where he's answering all the questions that people might have as a concern before they hire him for his services, the question is, can we hear from, you know, some of your testimonials? And he says, I've got all the good testimonials over here, but what I would like to do is show you the 2 people that this has not worked out for. And I want you to hear their story, and I want you to see how we dealt with that, how we, you know, slightly rectified it, but we weren't able to, you know, meet their needs, and how we parted ways. I looked at those stories and they kind of, you know, they made sense. It was kind of like, yeah, well, that wouldn't have worked because this person didn't do the things they were supposed to do and blah, blah, blah. But I just really liked that transparency. And I know that's a marketing ploy. It's like, because they're instantly going, now they're going to trust me. So, you know, at the end of the day, they could have had their 2 friends pretend to be the disgruntled customers. But I have to say these people have attached their social media links and profiles, so you can go to all of their pages and see these non-results, like for real, and then how they're doing now and all of these sort of things. So anyway, transparency is massive.
Yeah, no, I think that's spot on. And I think in general, most people have a pretty good bullshitometer. You know, they can tell. They can tell. So, I mean, you're going to tell straight away, you know, when you chat to this organization and, you feel it in here.
And it's also a good test for me, like, I'm not planning to buy. I'm not at the point where I'm ready to commit to any like big plans or anything like that. Yeah. But as a recovering people pleaser, this is a really good experiment for me to just jump on a call with someone who I know their sole mission is to get my money by the end of this call. And my sole mission is to get information and bail at this point. And to say, look, if I like what you're doing, when I'm at the point where I'm ready, I will of course contact you. So this hasn't been wasted, but right now I'm not at that point, but I am curious as to what you offer and how you're selling. So it's going to be a good test to make sure I'm not going to go, oh, you know what, just have my credit card details. Here we go.
Yes. But I suppose what we're saying through all this is just going back to that first key takeaway, which is the magnetic selling. It's lived, it's not launched. In other words, just basically be yourself. The people that resonate to you and what you're selling will resonate towards you. They're the ones you want. You're not going to drag people in that, you know, don't necessarily want your product or service. You don't want to drag people in that are kicking and screaming either. No. So just be content.
You don't want to do things that aren't in alignment with what you would actually do. Like so many people's focus is, how do I go viral so I can get more people to buy this thing?
Yeah.
And it's like they'll go out of their way to do this crazy, funny, weird, you know, video, which might be funny, might be this and that, but it might not be their personality at all. Maybe they've jumped on a trend because they've seen that this trend is really working for so many people. Yeah. But then, you know, you might do this crazy comedy video, and then when people go to talk to you and you're like, hello, my name is Bob. I'm good, thank you. How are you? Like, just being yourself. It will most likely be a slower build, but it is a stable build. And you are actually creating a tribe, a community of people who get you, who see you, who feel you. And that's so powerful.
Honestly, a perfect example of that is many, many moons ago, 20 plus years ago, 30 years ago, wedding
How
videos.
many?
Wedding videos, you know, like. It's you would have, you know, couples that say,
yes,
look at this video, this is what I really want. And it's a real up-tempo. The couple are real party animals. They're jumping out of their skin all day long. And then, of course, the couple that wants that, you know, are not, their personalities do not match that at all. And it's like, so yeah. And you know what? The best thing we did back then was to say to them, look, no.
A more sophisticated version might suit you better.
Yeah, this is probably more your style. But look, if you want that, we can try it. But our professional thing is, or if there was a certain style of video edit that they wanted, we'd say, look, that's not what we do. Maybe try one of these other companies. And you know what? I know it sounds silly because you're turning away sales, but that was the best sales tactic ever. Yeah, because you would actually end up getting much more work and more recommendations, and people would then understand
and they trust
truly.
You.
Yeah, who you are, exactly, as a business as well. And they would recommend their friends that they thought would be better suited. So you had customers coming to you that were more aligned to begin with.
Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning into this episode of Unfluencers Anonymous. Dave and I just wanted to take a quick second to remind you that you have access right now to a whole bunch of freebies that we have created for you that are going to help you start creating your content right away in a more aligned, easy, chill sort of way that isn't going to stress you out. So first up, we have a 30-minute masterclass. It's called Breaking Down the Blocks. And this is focusing on all of the most common blocks that people face when they go to press record on that camera. These are the things that make us freak out and decide, you know what, I don't actually want to do this today, and come up with all of these excuses that will avoid actually creating the content that you need to create for your business or your brand or your service or whatever it is that you're trying to put out into the world. Then what else have we got, Dave?
Well, we've got 30 universal content prompts, basically the things that give you ideas to get you started. So you're not overthinking things. You've got a prompt there to go, and away you go.
These universal prompts will work for any service, any business. They can be used for anything that you're trying to say, and it will just make the thinking process a little bit less while you're starting out.
Yeah. So the next thing also we've got, also as a PDF, is the 3 core pillars identifier.
This one is such a big one. This is going to help you to identify what it is that your core values are when it comes to the message that you are sending out into the world. This is going to hone in your brand tone and message, and it's also going to start attracting the right kind of audience, the people that align with the same things that you believe in, that you're speaking to in particular. And this has just been such a game changer for us when we started to identify the main pillars that all of our content fall under.
That's right. But wait, there's more. We're also giving away a content repurposing flowchart. So basically what that means is showing you how many different ways you can use one piece of content, rehashing it.
And this one's such a huge one because it's going to save you time in filming. You're not going to have to film as often as you think you do if you are maximizing the use of that one piece of content. So this content repurposing flowchart is really, it's gold. We do this all the time.
Exactly. If it's saving you time, it's saving you money.
Yes, absolutely.
That was serious.
It just sounded so salesy.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks again for listening, for staying tuned, for being part of this Unfluencers Anonymous community. We've got you. You've got us. Let's keep chatting. Let's keep creating. And let's get back to the episode.
One team, one dream.
It's so interesting because, I mean, like you said, we both started in weddings, and like the way the world has changed since then is insane. And it's so quick. And that's, like you said, the bullshitometer is just so loud for people. And I think that's also why you and I have waited until now to really, like, let's claim that that's the reason anyway, to come online in a big way, because we really know what we're talking about now. We love what we do. We love our job. We have so much fun, and we're just basically sharing the fun and the learnings that we're already doing. We have these conversations, like we try to, stick to a work schedule, but when it comes to a phone convo where we go on a tangent about something that we've discovered or learned about ourselves or about the world or about, society or whatever, like there's so many of those things that we dive into. So this is just an outlet for us to do what we're already naturally doing. But we're also so passionate about social media, the fact that there's dark and light. We were talking about that at the beginning. There's always an equal amount of dark and light, and that includes social media. You can see it as an absolute toxic poison in your world, because it can be. And if you train your algorithm to only send you absolute rubbish and negative dopamine hitting viral trending bullshit, you're not going to enjoy it. But if you can see it for the power that it is and the power that it has to move culture, to literally shape culture, to shape the way that we see things and the way that we do things, and to spread beautiful messages. That's our passion. We know that social media is an extremely powerful tool, and we like to put that tool in the right people's hands, because when it's being utilized by people who are healed and whole and healthy and happy and all the H words, then they're actually creating content that is uplifting humanity and moving us forward in a positive way. And I'm glad that we're at this point, because we know ourselves so well. We've done the healing work in so many ways. And I think that's a big problem for a lot of people who are feeling their own cringe when they're selling. It's because they're probably selling too early. They're not ready to actually embody the work and sell.
It's not that they don't believe in their product.
No.
It's just the method of selling, rather than just documenting the experience of the product. Instead of sort of, having a checklist and going, okay, it meets chemical standards A, B, Y.
Yeah, exactly.
It does
it's
this.
Too clinical.
No, just, washed my hair with it today. Hair's falling out now. It's like, no.
Let's show the truth.
No, but it's the thing. Yeah, I said it before and I'll say it again. Don't sell the promise, sell the proof.
Yes, exactly. Sell the proof. And sometimes you haven't got the proof yet, and you're just wanting to put the horse before the cart. No, cart before the horse. Which way does that go? Whatever's the wrong way.
Cart before the horse.
You're trying to jump a few steps ahead, all right? And sometimes, and I've learned this myself, I'm speaking from experience. I have created that many products. I will actually make a list one day where I talk about all the things that I've created, and then went to sell and went, oh, this doesn't feel right, because I don't actually know this stuff yet.
Yeah, that's
remembering
true.
All those things.
You're watching all the list go up the screen right now.
Oh, it's massive. It's everything from like every industry you could imagine. Like, oh my gosh. So I'm not judging anyone.
Some of them are pretty good, actually. I think we'll have to rehash them.
Yeah, there's a couple that are on the back burner, but they're not. That's actually a good point to bring up. There are a couple that are really good, I believe, but I am not in it, living it, and I don't have the passion to be in it every day. My passion is with what we do, helping people be amazing on camera and filming beautiful content, and my music. Those are the two things that light me up more than anything else. And I know now how precious time and energy is, and I'm not willing to put my time and energy into those other things until I get to a point where I have a team and I can delegate them to do it, and I can sort of just check off, you know, make sure that everything's going in the right direction, but I'm not directly hands-on involved every day. Because like we're saying, you're going to feel cringe if you're not passionate about this thing. If you have a genuine love for the message, the mission, the thing that you are talking about, selling, it's not selling. It's just inviting. Like, the content becomes just an invitation. That actually leads to our key takeaways that we were going to share, because that's one of them, which is content. I'm jumping to number 4, Dave, by the way. We're looking at our notes. Number 4 of 4 is that the content actually is the invitation. Like I was saying, it's not, you don't have to overthink everything. It's just, if you're documenting your own experience and other people's experiences using this thing, this service, this product, whatever it is, then you're just sharing reality and truth. And then that just becomes an invitation. You don't have to say, buy this, or here's a sale, blah, blah, blah.
How do you feel about people, like, example, let's say it is a shampoo product and you've hired talent, model, whoever, actor, actress, and they're showing that product being used and enjoying it. How do we know that, because they're paid, how do we know that they're really enjoying it? Like, this...
It's a great question. I think that's the old model, and the new model is sort of burning that out pretty quickly. Like, I don't think that's necessarily going to be gone forever. I think there's still place for, you know, we certainly, when we work with actors versus real people, you know, when we work with certain companies, the actors definitely do a better job of promoting these things, but the resonance isn't there. And we've actually found that the views might not be as good as they are with the real people who actually work in the company and use the product, or have proven to be living this example.
Yeah, I suppose, just to be clear, we're talking about social media campaigns as opposed to full-blown advertising bureau campaigns that appear.
If you've got the budget for a billboard, you probably want a certain look on it. But again, who knows? Real people are getting on billboards now. There's a lot more real-looking people everywhere I look.
I think if you can do it yourself, great. And if not, at least find someone that does believe in the product that you're pushing, hustling. But just going back to that key message 4, which is, you know, the content already shows things like what you do and how you do it, why you love it, you know, who it's for. And then what happens is that people then picture themselves in those scenarios and go, So that's the engagement there. And that's
and then it's not forced.
Yeah. But also, these are scientifically proven methods. I mean, this is stuff that is media training 101.
Yeah.
You know, whether you're on radio or on, you know, TV or social media or, you know, some internet platform, people love storytellers and they love putting themselves in that position. And that's what happens, you know, like I remember learning about a product that was for farmers, and I saw myself on that farm. You know, I'm not a farmer by any stretch of the imagination. You know, so it's sort of, when that person tells that story, it's just awesome, because and that's where radio is actually as powerful as TV or visual.
And podcasts.
Yeah. What did you say? Podcast. Yeah, podcast. Yes, of course. But yeah, it paints a picture in your own mind. Yeah. And you don't feel like you're being sold to, or you're actually making that choice to engage in that.
That's such a good point. And I actually think we've got to write a note to do an episode on storytelling soon, because that is the most powerful way to get a message across. It doesn't have to be just to sell, but it's to, you know, share messages, because like you said, it is a psychological truth that you see yourself in the story, you put yourself in the hero's position of that role, and it's powerful. That's why movies are so big as well. Like people want to follow the hero's journey and they want to hear about humans who have come up against adversity and then it looked like things were going really bad and then suddenly everything flipped. But anyway, we could do a whole episode on that.
No, but on that too, I mean, you know, using the shampoo thing, we've stuck to it now with the example, is that you could have a high-profile celebrity coming off set after a day of acting, going back to their 5-star luxurious hotel room, and they're going, after a hard day on set, you know, with all the lights and the heat, I like this particular brand, whatever, of shampoo. And that's great, right? Obviously, in your mind, you're going, oh, you know, I could be that celebrity. I don't know how I'd fit into that tight sequin dress, but I am that celebrity.
You'd find a way.
Yeah.
Willpower is strong.
Have you seen those photos, have you? But it's, to me, it's just as powerful as having someone come off the train after a hard day in the office, walk into their apartment and just sort of go, I need a shower, you know, and it's still putting yourself in that thing. And the other thing is, what's more relatable?
Exactly.
What's more relatable to the average punter?
And that's where the world is going now. And even, you know, what we used to call celebrities are different now. What people are idolizing more now are entrepreneurs and podcasters and people who are sharing education and information and psychologists and all sorts of things. And the old school version of a celebrity is kind of like they have to kind of hustle to maintain their relevance now because everyone just wants reality. And when you've been put on a pedestal for so long, you're not like the average person. So like you said, if I saw a commercial that had a old school celebrity in it versus a real person who's actually very like similar to my life, I would be more, you know, vibrationally resonant with that one. So anyway,
that sort of led into another one of those key messages, which is that selling becomes effortless when it's in your zone of genius, you know, when it's what you do, you know. Tell us a bit about that, Sarah.
Well, I love this because you and I have sort of really honed in on this on the last like 6 months. We've always been those people that we're very multi-talented and very creative and we love to help everyone. So when clients, yes, you too, Dave, but when clients would come to us, even with something that is slightly outside of our zone of genius, we would in the past, of course, go, yes, of course, we can do that. And then we'd run away and upskill ourselves and learn this new thing and become good enough at it, where we would obviously always provide something that we feel is of a high standard, but it's not in our zone of genius. And that also involves our passion. It's not something that we're overly passionate about. So we've been like spending the last few months really honing in on what are those core services that we love doing for people. And now we've sort of restructured our whole business. So I love this topic because it comes back to, again, I love the fact that I just love everything today. love. But I love the fact that we're just starting now. It's 2026. We're just starting our social media journey now. We've sort of we're like the silent, I'm so bad at analogies, something, but we've like been silent assassins. Like we've been waiting in the wings, watching everything unfold, and now's the time to strike. Why did it have to be so brutal? Like a snake. But that's what it feels like. We have, like for us, content just flows. The stories are so natural. The examples are all real. So because they're real, like we can laugh about things because we both experienced it together or we were talking about it together or whatever. And we're not creating any reality. We're not creating false stories or trying to think of ideas of how to sell you on something. We're just literally revealing the truth, and it's just fun.
And we're not intentionally putting ourselves on up on a pedestal either. That's something I see a lot of people do. That authoritarian, you must believe me, I am this and I am that.
Well, that's also why the name Unfluencers Anonymous. We've sort of like very openly said where I'm on board with this whole journey. But we're openly sort of saying this is a support group. We're figuring it out while you're figuring it out. We can do this for other people. It's like that whole, you know, the cobbler's son will always have the worst shoes. Like the
she got one. She got an analogy.
Is that right? I just heard that in a book recently. I was like, I'm going to use that. But it's, you know, for us, we can create amazing content for all of our clients and brands that we work with. But when it comes to us, we've just let it fall for so long. So
mechanics have the worst kept cars. Painters have the worst homes. You know, like, cobblers. I actually have to admit, I don't think I've heard the cobbler one before, but
it was an old book.
So again, another one of these key takeaways is that people, again, I've said it before about the promise and the proof, but people don't buy the offer. That they buy your state. You know, it's like they're trying to, if they feel the same energy as you, they will connect. Part of that is through the storytelling. You know when you resonate with someone, and you know when you listen to someone. When I listen to some people, I go, wow, you know, I want to hear more. Whereas with some, I go, okay, like not resonating with you.
Yep.
It's like small talk at a party.
Oh,
Or, you know, it's
worst.
it's like, ooh,
That is
okay.
just like, that's the picture of cringe right there for me, is small talk. I just
Yeah.
struggle with that so much
Yeah.
because I'm like, can we just talk
Hey, how
about
you
something
going?
really deep?
How are you? How's work? How's the
Oh, how's
family?
the weather?
Is it
Like,
going to be hot today?
yeah. Why does the weather always come up within 5 minutes of any small talk bullshit
Yeah,
conversation?
it's very hot today. Actually, we did this morning, Sarah.
Yeah.
What are you saying?
Hey, a 43-degree day is different to every other day that's like 1 degree different.
Oh,
This is a
wins,
psychotic sort of
mate.
Sunday. Sunday?
Mate,
It's not Sunday.
where I'm from,
Yeah.
we live in the desert. Like, I don't know
Where
why
you
people
from,
live.
but have never
We're
been. You need
never
to get your
been.
ass
We're in
over
the
there.
desert, mate. The
Yeah.
dessert.
Or so you've been told.
Yes.
Need to
I
get
think,
you over there.
yeah, can I talk now? Is
No.
that okay?
Let's
Okay.
go to Lebanon.
Who said I'm from Lebanon? So I think
We've done this in reverse order and I love it. So number
doesn't
one,
matter.
which is
It
number
doesn't
4. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's just for us, but go for it, Dave.
no. I was going to say, I think now that we've covered off the key, what are we calling them? The key takeaways. Yeah.
Key takeaways.
Takeaway. Oh, fish and chips for lunch.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I was like, how does that
Takeaway.
relate? But then, yeah, I realized.
You got
Yeah,
it?
I haven't
good.
had the whole like paper, the
Yeah,
unwrapped
remember, it used to come in
paper.
the newspaper and you'd
Yeah.
have the ink, but yeah, the vinegar too. You'd have chips with vinegar.
I've never had it with newspaper. Did they actually get ink on the food? Because
No,
surely.
I think it was, well, it's always been like butcher's paper.
Yeah.
But I think once upon a time, to save money, they would do the butcher paper around the chips and the fish, and they'd put everything in the same thing, and then they'd wrap the outside of that with newspaper.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
That makes
but
sense.
we used to, our liners for our built-in wardrobes in our cupboards back when I was a nipper, we would put newspaper
Yeah,
at the bottom of
random.
our clothes, you know, and yeah,
I guess
and it was
if it's
good.
not getting wet, it should be okay. But yeah, it
Yeah.
just leaks so easily.
I remember when I moved out of home, I found a sheet at the bottom of the cupboard that hadn't been changed in a while, and it was that the article was on chicken, and that chicken was fastly becoming a regular meal. So back in the day, you'd only have chicken at, you know, really important times of the year, like maybe Christmas, maybe Easter, you know, not in the Lenten period for those that fast. But yeah, and that was it. But now I think I have chicken at
Twice a
least
day. Yeah.
yeah, no, it is a go-to because it's a nice white protein meat. But I think I had chicken last night, at least twice or 3 times a week. I have
Yeah.
chicken. It also used to be a lot more expensive.
Yeah,
So-
of course. They weren't pumping them full of steroids.
Yeah,
and
there's stories
pumping 'em
about
out.
chicken, but we won't go there right now.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the self-evaluation checks. You know, are you
Yes.
ready to sell?
Yes, these are the good
Is that the
little.
right intonation?
Yeah,
Are you
sure.
Are you ready to sell?
I'll use AI to change it. I've got to get your voice cloned actually, and then I can make you say anything I want. That'd be great. So no, these are really important questions for you to ask yourself. Like we were talking about earlier, you might just be at a point where you're struggling a bit because you're not quite ready to sell. You haven't quite embodied fully the message. That's mission and message together. The
I
message.
like that. The message,
or
yeah.
the product or the service, whatever it is that you are trying to share
Could
on
be the
social media.
mission.
The what?
Mission. The mission?
The mission or the message.
Yeah.
So, question number 1, as we were just speaking about.
Are you living the result you're offering?
How rude. I had that.
You want to know number 2 and 3, guys, before she says it?
So, it's just repeating myself anyway, but are you living the result that you're offering?
Come on, I've
And
got to be on
if the
golf course in
answer
half
is
an hour.
what? Don't spit on yourself.
I said, hurry up, I've got to be on the golf course in half an hour. I need to shank some drives.
What a life you lead.
Oh, come on, you know.
No, I love it. It's what you should be doing, even though you never do. But anyway, we'll talk about
I've
that
been
later.
known to swing a club.
Oh, God. He's on a roll now. Let me finish this one, mofo.
Okay. Are you living the result you're offering?
If the answer is shaky, just pause. If you're not 100%, yes, I am embodied, just pause. Start integrating more and just observe what's going on in your market. See what sort of advertisements are already out there. What sort of content is working, what's not working. Get a really solid idea of the difference, the point of difference that you're bringing to this area, and just sit with it for a little bit. There's so much power in the pause. And this is something that I've learned time and time again. Dave's always reminding me when I'm in those moments where I have to stop and pause, I get so frustrated. I'm like, why is this happening? And when I come out of it, on the other end, I am so much more clear, more powerful. I'm more energized. Everything is flowing beautifully. You have to go through the cocoon phase before you become a butterfly. And that happens so many times throughout your life. So you might be at the point where you need a bit of a pause. What's number 2, Dave?
Cocoon and butterfly analogy, by the way. That's the second one.
Ooh,
Just
I did another analogy.
On that silence is golden. I mean, you look at hermits, monks. They go and hide away, and when they come back, they're fully enlightened. Anyway, the second one, does your content feel expansive or pressured? And this is something that, again, I shouldn't say again, it's the gut feeling, right? When you're delivering that content, are you feeling tight in the chest, or do you feel like you're trying to over-justify what you're selling or your value? That does, firstly, don't get confused with performance mode. Like sometimes, like for me, okay, I'm saying this now here because I need accountability. I need to post more about what I do on a daily basis, just for myself, okay? But the first few times I'm going to do it, it's like these podcasts. I've never done them before. It's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be great, but I've just got to stick at it. And it does become more comfortable, I can assure you. This is episode, anyway, I shouldn't mention numbers, but 5, I think?
I think 5 or 6.
I shouldn't mention numbers, but it's 5. Yeah. So basically, the way to sort of overcome that is to basically align with your solution properly first. Like, in other words, walk the walk.
Yeah.
Walk the walk. Like if it's, again, the shampoo, use it yourself. Do you believe it? This is so good, right? Believe that it really is so good, only if it is really good, of course, not if your hair's falling out. And then basically if you're believing it, then everyone else will believe it.
And then you're excited to share it. And that's the difference in energy. When you're excited to share something because you're just like, I have discovered, or I've created this thing that has helped me so much. I'm so excited. Here are the results, blah, blah, blah. You're not fearful. You're not worried. You're literally just giving an invitation for people to have the same experience that you have had. And that energy is felt.
Yeah. And that there is the gold. That's the marketing gold right there. Yeah?
Yeah.
Great. Okay. Thanks. Thanks for... That was a question. That's the marketing gold right there?
Yeah.
That's the marketing gold right there?
Yeah. Be confident, man.
Yes.
So the last question, and this one was the question that kind of stopped me dead in my tracks a couple of times. I thought I was so ready to go. I'd created these digital, online products, a course in one case and a masterclass in another case. And it got to the point where I asked this question to myself: is my life in enough flow right now to hold a whole bunch of clients? Like, what would happen if 100 people bought this course tomorrow, or one-on-one client calls, or the product, or whatever it is that you're selling? Do I actually have enough energy to serve all of these people really well? Do I have the infrastructure? Do I have everything in place to be able to serve at a high level? And in every situation for me, it was, no, not quite yet. I could maybe handle like 1 or 2, and then that just shifted my energy, and it made me feel, am I actually sure about this? Do I want to do this? And ultimately, none of those things were actually super aligned with what I wanted to do, because if I was really in alignment with them, I would do what we've done, what Dave and I are doing with our business and with the podcast, put in the extra work to make sure that we have the infrastructure to be able to handle as many clients as we need to handle anyone that comes through that is aligned with us.
Yeah. But that's, so just on that, I don't mean to be negative, but going back to the shampoo example, if you got 1,000 orders tomorrow and you didn't have the product sitting on the shelf,
right.
then that means people would have to wait longer, which then detracts from the experience. But I'll throw it another way, as we're business owners, it's not cheap to have 1,000 bottles sitting on the shelf.
Exactly. And there's, again, another way of looking at it is, and this might be your plan to go, I'm going to only, pay for 50 bottles because that's what I can afford right now. And I am aware that if I have 200 orders, there is going to be a little bit of a lag, but I've prepared something in advance to counteract the negative feedback of that. I'm going to give them something little as a token gesture while they wait. And there's also a fact that that's almost creating more demand because there's less supply. So there's pluses and minuses to all of the different ways, and you can do it in your own unique way, whatever it is, whether it's a service, product, whatever. But it's a matter of creating everything, going through the onboarding process, going through the customer journey, and making sure that at every step, if I don't have the product here, what would I do? What would be the backup? What would be the next step?
Can I just say the worst thing to do is to tell people, you've accepted their money and said it's on the way and you don't even have it sitting there. So obviously be real. I think in that case, just thinking about it a bit more since we started talking is to say, I've only got 50 bottles.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not a sales gimmick. I'm not trying to, I've only got 50 bottles. If this works, then I'm planning to do more. If you're interested, please let me know. Anyone that doesn't get one of the first 50, let me know if you're interested and I can take numbers and go from there.
That's perfect. And again, you're being completely transparent. And then you've also got that, low supply, high demand, which is perfect.
I think it's time. Sorry, I feel very vociferous. I think it's time to stop the shit. When it comes to selling, this whole episode has been about feeling, was it grinchy?
There's the token dad joke. We needed it. We will.
I forgot the word cringy for a sec there.
Yeah.
Like there's no more cringiness. There's no more lies and deceit. Let's be straight up. Be honest with people. Yep. Sometimes the truth hurts, but it's the only way to maintain your integrity.
Yeah.
We've got to stop this negative connotation with, selling and, I don't want to have too much money. I'm too humble, Stop that shit. We deserve whatever it is we seek.
Yeah. And like you said, we've got to cut that negative connotation. It's just that it's been so sleazy and disingenuous for so long. People have sold us product, and they still do on TV and all kinds of places. Products that are not in the benefit of humans at all, whether it's
through
food
the grocery store, mate.
That's the thing. Foods with chemicals in them that are absolutely horrible for your system. And so we do have this feeling of like selling is awful. But the way we change that is each of us who have integrity, who are authentic, who do have something to offer the world that is of benefit to humanity, we need to step up and sell with passion and with transparency and with that excitement, that fire, that energy that created this thing in the first place.
Yeah.
And that's how we shift this negative connotation of sales.
Exactly. Insert closing line. If this resonates with you, get on the bus.
Get on the bus. Unfluencers are bussimus.
That was the ending line, but she hasn't realised it yet.
Yeah. No, that was perfect. Anyway, thank you everyone for listening. We hope you've gotten some value out of this episode. We are loving this journey with you, and all we want is for you to hit us up more. Tell us what you're learning, what you want to know more about. If there's a certain topic that you want us to do an episode on, hit us up anywhere. You know all the places. There's DMs, there's inboxes, there's links for days. You'll find us, surely.
Yeah, hope you're enjoying our culture.
Culture. Haute culture.
Hoit. Hoit.
Hoit couture. Okay, we gotta go.
Culture.
Have a lovely day.
Blessed. Blessed.